Hi, my name is Javier Fonseca. I'm answering the assignment for the question if whether anyone who speaks the language can teach the language. My my personal experience in my personal experience, I would say that just because you can speak the language doesn't necessarily translate for you to be able to teach what it is you know, in this case the language. Um, because because it can depend on, for instance, what the teachers were talking about, the content. If whatever you're teaching is something that is boring to the student, and no, naturally your students, if they're not finding that your class is really either good or relevant, and the content that you're teaching may be very good and very educational, but if the student finds no relevance or doesn't find any connection to this, they will be bored and they will just wander off. And on the other hand, if the way that you're teaching it may be good, you may be energetic, you may be very dynamic in your class, but it doesn't really contain a lot of information or relevant information that pertains to a certain goal based on the class subject, then you may not you may not be teaching well because you're having a fun and engaging class, but there's no goal behind what it is you're teaching, be it grammatical, be it vocabulary, and I think also that it's also very important not only on the goal that you have, but on if you know how to if you know something, many times just because you know something, it doesn't mean that you're going to be able to understand how you first, let's say you acquired the language, how you were able to acquire it, whether you yourself, whether you're better at reading, whether, or if the student is probably acquires information differently than yourself, or acquired the information differently than yourself. Maybe you're a good reader as a teacher and you're able to capture information that way, but other students may just wander off as they're reading, so they may not be able to capture the information the way that you do, or vice versa. There's some other people are better listeners, some people or some students work better in groups or individually, and the teacher has to be able to understand the way that the student learns and be able to adapt his or her classes to the way that the students learn. Maybe not only focus individually, but as a group or in general, be able to isolate these different styles or these different personalities in different sections in order for them to collaborate as a one unit to be able to give not only an educational class but an engaging class. That's my answer.